What is the role of engineering leadership, and how can they best enable continuous improvement?
Leadership or management?
Touche.
So I'm firmly of the opinion that those are not synonyms, right? You do need managers to be leaders, but you don't want them to be the only leaders. And in fact, when it comes to making technical decisions, you don't want them making most technical decisions, right? Which doesn't mean that they shouldn't be good at technology, because they need to have instincts about when to step in and when to nudge and how to guide and everything. That takes a lot of knowledge. But at the end of the day, if they're the ones making the decisions, you've got something pretty wrong. So like ideally, your engineers would have the autonomy and the ability to push back on, and say like, hey, we're spending all of our time doing feature stuff. Look at all of this time and money we are wasting, with our inefficient CI/CD pipeline. And, sometimes you do have, I think a role for management here is often to be that translators, right? If engineers are like, we need to like cut the build times, blah, 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 and the business folks are hearing, wah, 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 wah. Well, then engineering managers can often translate and go, well, yes, like I've done some back of the envelope math, and like if you take X number of engineers is what it takes to build and maintain a system in 15 minutes or less deploys. You need twice as many engineers if it's hours long. You need twice as many again if it's days long, right? Like you get into real serious math, but like often engineers aren't good at making that case for why the feature train should stop and we should invest in our own internal, but like these are socio-technical systems, right? People's ability to ship swiftly and safely it's like 2%, is like 20% their own knowledge of algorithms and data structures. It's like 80% the socio-technical system that surrounds them, right? The build systems, the deploy stuff, the processes around getting code out. Like somebody joined your company and their ability to ship code is going to rise or fall to the level that your socio-technical system supports. It kind of doesn't matter how good they are at their job, right? And so I do feel like if technical leadership has one job, it is to tend to that socio-technical system so that most people can spend most of their time moving the business forward, not struggling in toil, like just paying really close attention to those feedback loops and making them tight, investing in the work where it makes sense, not just trying to fix everything and make it perfect, but like look for where you can get those really big wins, and just setting, not having to reinvent the wheel. Like let's learn from people who have gone before us. Read, accelerate, right? Turns out this matters. Like we have the benefit of knowing all this science that even just 5-10 years ago they didn't have. There was a lot of I think, and I worked it was a very cargo culty, and it was very osmosis, and if you had been lucky enough to work with one of the best engineers in the world, then you kind of knew this stuff, but it was all just contagious, right? Now we have this freely available data, and we should be using it.